Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at a bunch of different Game of Thrones Christmas ornaments. Because regular Christmas ornaments? Pfft, those are boring. Game of Thrones ones are way more interesting. There's all sorts of different ways that people celebrate their fandom. Some people just wear a t-shirt. Other people have like Stormtrooper floor mats in their cars, or Star Trek pizza cutters. And some people who really like Christmas and Game of Thrones and want to just blend the two and celebrate all that would probably really dig these. So let's start off by taking a look at this house crest ornament set. This set includes 4 ornaments with house crests on them. We'll take a look at the Stark one first. It's just like a smoothed over, simple kind of like disc ornament. But the artwork that's printed on here is pretty good. I like the artwork they used and the like the little like kind of gray texturing that's kind of sprinkled out on the outsides of it. And I like the border. And each one features like the name of the house and then like a little like motto, if you will. We got the Lannister one here with their little motto. And I like the use of red and gold. In fact, like they all have like a different kind of like base border. This one's silver, this one's gold. Again, I like the artwork on this one. I think it's pretty well done. They all have kind of like that splatter art where like the red's kind of splattered a bit outside of the gold. Here we've got the Targaryen one, which is a logo I'm quite fond of. And again, you can see just how the little splattery, it's not just red on black is what I'm saying. I kind of dig that. And here you've got their motto and this little border. I really like the red edge of this one. I think this one might be my favorite just as far as like the use of red and black. And lastly, we've got the Baratheons. And I like this logo and border as well. Like I think I just like all 4 of these. I think they're cool. And I like that you can rotate them from each side and they'll still like read well on a Christmas tree or whatever. And up next we got the Dragon Egg Ornament set. And I like this because it just seems too obvious and good to make ornaments out of dragon eggs. I like that they're sculpted like the dragon eggs. And I like that you've got like the 3 different color schemes. Like this one's more gold and less red, and this one's got heavier burgundy on it. And I like that they've got pictures of Daenerys and the dragons. Like if you're a fan of Emilia Clarke, which I am, and if you're a fan of dragons, I like that they include like photographic images of them and not just of dragon eggs. So like you've got one side that you can show off, or you can like have it on the other side. Either way it works, and I like that if it's the dragon egg side, it's more subtle. It's not like an obvious in-your-face Game of Thrones one. I think it's cooler if someone recognizes them as dragon eggs. So yeah, these are pretty rad. Up next we have the 3 house crest ornament set of Stark, Lannister, and Targaryen. And man, do I really like these. I think the Targaryen one especially, just like the use of silver and red with the little black outline, looks really good. And you've got this sort of curved sculpted shield on one side, and then like a little line and like the name of them, of each house on the back. So like I like that, you can rotate from one side to the other on your tree or wherever you hang it, and it'll still look good both ways. But some of the detail on this is pretty rad. This is made of a resin, but the sculpt on this resin, I dig it. I dig the border on all 3 of them. Especially this one. I just like the sculpt of the wolf here. Such a classic Game of Thrones design. But man, this one's really rad. I just dig that sculpt a lot. And as you can see, the lettering on the back is sculpted pretty well too. Next up we have the Figural ornament set, which unlike the other ornaments, which are all kind of like ball and orb shaped, these are like actual little figures. And I dig the bejesus out of these. Like the actual sculpt of this throne and like all the little tiny swords, considering it's only like 4 inches. It's really cool. You can even see like all these little details on like the ends of the ends of the hilt, the little handles, the little balls at the end. Some really, really good work going on here for an ornament. Especially on the back here. You can see how like well it's maintained on the back as well. And you've got the show logo on the back. But this is like really well sculpted. I dig the paint job. Like this one's pretty damn cool. We also got this White Walker, and I really dig the actual like sculpt of him. Like I collect mostly action figures and stuff, so I don't really expect much from ornaments, but the actual sculpt on this little guy is surprisingly good. Like I don't really expect ornaments to have this much sculpt in the chest and in the face and like his brow ridge, his eye paint. It's pretty solid. And I like that not only does he like hang with the chain, but he can also like just stand on his own. So that's pretty cool. But like even the paint for like his little leathery cuffs, like it's pretty solid paint. Like I dig it. I dig his little leather skirt, the sculpt of his hair. In fact, what I dig about all of these is that yeah, they're ornaments, but they also maybe don't have to function as ornaments. Like this dragon, you could like hang this from your rear view mirror, and it would just like look cool. You know what I mean? So this dragon has a pretty decent paint on the wings as far as like following the lines and the fade out from the darker red to the lighter red. And again, the actual sculpt of the wings is good. His actual chest like reads really well as far as like scaliness goes, and like lighter paint tones and darker paint tones. I like the way they handled the curl of the tail and the little yellow ridge line going down it. It's a good looking ornament. Like I would just like hang this in my house somewhere. I just think it looks rad. Another cool looking one is the show logo ornament, where it's got all this on the one side. It's flat on the back, but this front side is really well done. I keep saying they're really well sculpted, but you know what? Like, they are. Like, I don't spend a lot of time on ornaments, but man, some of these look really good, so it's kind of just surprising to me. I like the different textures. You've got like this sort of like sculpted lighter wood with like a light brown, but like the darker brown here. But it does read like wood considering how like tiny this is. But the actual paint on the word in Game of Thrones is really well painted. I mean, I've seen some action figures that are like sloppier than some of the paint you see on these ornaments, so that's really impressive to me. I like the different houses on the side. I'm like, if you're a fan of the show and you're a fan of like this logo, I think this would look really kind of cool on a tree. We've also got this ornament, which I think is pretty rad. It's the map of Westeros, like on a traditional like ornament ball. But as far as like ornament balls go, like I think this one's pretty damn cool because I like the fact that it's got all of Westeros like on this ball, and you've also got the different logos over like where the seas go. Now here's all the ornaments on the tree, and I'm pretty pleased by how good they look. Now if you're interested in getting any of these for the Game of Thrones fan in your life, or for yourself, I provided the links to get all these at Entertainment Earth in the video description below. Thanks for watching.